SEPTA has been facing a $213 million shortfall, and this is the answer that the Republicans have to that problem. Today in Harrisburg, the state Senate took a small bill about online gambling tax revenue and turned it into a sweeping transportation and public safety package. Now, this bill doesn't only talk about SEPTA. It talks about basically every part of Pennsylvania's transportation policy. It takes revenues from gambling taxes and distributes them into both transportation and roads. It also requires fare increases, adds new fare oversight, and even includes a ban on safe injection sites anywhere near public transportation. Yes! And most importantly, it requires a transfer of funds totaling $162 million this year and $257 million next year from public transportation, which is the most efficient way of moving people in the city of Philadelphia, into roads, the least efficient way of moving people around the city of Philadelphia. So, let's break this down. What happened and what needs to be done? This all kicked off last year when Governor Shapiro redirected $150 million in state funding from roads into public transportation. This was much needed money for the public transportation system. But now, Central Pennsylvania is coming back for that money. This has created a system where, unlike every other agency which fights for more budget, these departments are now systematically tied to one another. And that's not a good thing. And this is where our favorite Republican Senator Joe Pittman comes into play. He amended this bill and is pushing it to help his constituents from Central Pennsylvania. But he's trying to do it by draining the largest transit system in the state. And it doesn't have to be that way. Central Pennsylvania deserves investment, but not by taking dollars directly from Philadelphia's transit lifeline. It's vitriolic and it causes more problems than it solves. This guy is a politician. He definitely did this so that he could get this soundbite.
Based on the two previous speakers, it sounds like it's a pretty good day for rural Pennsylvania. To the gentleman from Philadelphia who talked about how transit money's going to roads, now you know how we felt back in November when the governor absconded $153 million from road projects and put it into transit. Doesn't feel so good, does it?
I am 22 years old, and I can tell you both, Pittman and Shapiro, stop fighting. You don't need to demonize one another to get along. I'm in Philly. Of course I want that to get the funding. Shapiro's a Democrat. Of course he wants to do it too. But here's the thing. These agencies need to handle each other's business separately. Two different problems, two different solutions. SEPTA needs the funding, and it needs it yesterday. And to all my state Republicans out there, you should be happy about this too. Your money in the future can go farther by spending some on SEPTA now. And now for the Democrats. The only mission is to make it clear that funding SEPTA now will simply save Central Pennsylvania money. SEPTA moves people more efficiently than roads do in Philadelphia. If SEPTA service is cut, more money will need to be spent next year. We have problems now, imagine them then. So, to all my representatives who I hope and pray are watching this, focus. Stop being inflammatory with one another, getting back at each other for whatever happened in the past, and focus on the here and now. Focus on separating these issues about money for roads and money for SEPTA, and handle Central Pennsylvania's road concerns with guarantees of SEPTA's efficiency. It's life or death for SEPTA, and it's also life or death for Central Pennsylvania. If you're a Republican and you vote on this, the city of Philadelphia is going to love you, and your own constituents are going to love you, when next year, somehow you have more budget to work with. Being real. Fund whatever the Republicans want to do right now, and double it. Give them that much money. Now, the Republicans, you gotta match that amount of money with the amount of funding you're gonna give to SEPTA. We need to increase the budget if we want to see more efficiency, not decrease it. If we decrease it, we're gonna be as inefficient as roads. Metric after metric says that SEPTA is one of the best agencies in the country. You have to spend money to make money, and public transit, like SEPTA, works. Y'all wanna talk about efficiency, there's no better option out there. Save the train.